Hi, I'm Andrew Mora of Mora Moto. Inside of this box is the best beginner motorcycle on the market today, the KTM Duke 200. We are gonna put this thing together and I'm gonna give you our opinions and comparisons on this motorcycle before I take this beautiful bike on the road. Let's get this party started. Nothing like a new bike smell. With a motorcycle at this size and price point, this motorcycle is really competing with two classes at once. The KTM Duke 200 is small, agile, and cost-effective enough to compete with the ever-popular and growing 125 series like the Honda Grom and the Kawasaki Z125, while at the same time making enough power to be quite competitive with many other manufacturer 300s. Let me break down why. All right, so we are here with both of the options on the KTM Duke 200. The first topic I want to talk about is price point. The KTM Duke 200 comes in at $39.99, which really makes it a competitor with both the 125 and the 300cc series motorcycles. Let's compare that to the Honda Grom non-ABS is $33.99. And then the ABS Honda Grom is $35.99, so just $400 shy of the KTM Duke 200. Now, when you compare the KTM to the Grom with ABS, keep in mind that the Grom has ABS on the front wheel only, while the KTM Duke 200 comes with ABS on the front and the rear wheel. That's a bonus for guys that love that technology. Some guys don't, some guys do. So depending on where you're at, that might be a pro for you. On the flip side, compared to the 300 series motorcycles made by Honda and Kawasaki, the Ninja 300 and the CBR 300 come in at $49.99, $1,000 more than the KTM Duke 200. So when you're talking about size and trying to really pick between the two, keep in mind that the Duke 200 is 30 to 40 pounds lighter than the 300 from Honda and from Kawasaki. 30 to 40 pounds can mean a big difference to a new rider. Now, when you're comparing the KTM 200 to the Grom, you're getting quite a bit more. You're getting 75cc more of power. You're also gonna get a 17-inch wheel, which is a standard motorcycle wheel. When it comes to rideability, the KTM Duke 200 is gonna give you a much closer ride compared to the 300 or any sport bike on the market currently today. Let's jump into speed and performance. The Honda Grom coming in at 56 miles per hour as its top speed. The KTM 200 coming in at a very impressive 80 miles per hour. It really separates itself from that 125 series motorcycle with its top speed. The Honda CBR 300 coming in at a top speed of 97.85 miles per hour. And then the Ninja 300 coming in at 112 miles per hour. So when you're comparing top speeds and pricing, it's just extremely impressive that the KTM 200 is able to give you such a good top speed for such a strong price point. In addition to having a really competitive top speed, the KTM Duke 200 has a 6-speed gearbox, which puts itself as a competitor with the Ninja 300 and the CBR 300. And again, setting itself apart, the Grom coming in with a 4-speed transmission. It is just clearly a winner overall, in my opinion. KTM did a bang out job on making this motorcycle look very similar to the 390 and the 690. They did that purposefully, and I think it was very tasteful. The bike has tubular framing, spoke wheels, a really nice, unique looking swing arm, a tubular subframe, LED headlights. I mean, it is just really a piece of work. So the KTM comes with inverted WP forks and the Bybri front and rear calipers. Vibri means an abbreviation for by Brembo. It's a specific brand dedicated to smaller CC motorcycles and scooters. The braking system has a really solid race feel to it. It's very sensitive, which can be intimidating to new riders. So just KTM jam-packing good tech, good quality braking, good quality forks, good quality looks into this motorcycle, really setting itself apart from the competition. There's really not any competition for the 200. I feel like it's really set itself apart when you combine the speed, the power, the agility, the braking, the forks. The overall presentation from KTM was spot on this motorcycle. It's no wonder why these are so high in demand and we rarely have them in stock. We were lucky to have these two in stock. We built these here just for this YouTube video. So at this point, we've unboxed the bike, we've put it together, we've talked about the power, we've talked about the speed and even the price point. What I'm gonna do now is pick one of these two and take it out for a ride. I'll give you my thoughts as I'm out there riding. Let's go ahead and get rocking.
KTM is just that. It feels, it looks. We're getting ready to hit the road running. I'm off the KTM 200 Duke. Now this motorcycle is a brand new motorcycle. We put this girl here in demo mode so we could ride her. And we are really gonna just enjoy this thing. I'm gonna give you all my feedback. Naturally, I've been on every motorcycle that this bike can be compared to. I can give you some good feedback because I've been on the Grom. I own a Grom. I've been on the 300F, the 300R. I've been on the Ninja 300, the Z125. I used to own one of those as well. You know, they're all great bikes. You really can't go wrong with any of them. Let's compare this bike, my overall first feel. I'm looking at what I'm riding here and what I'm viewing from the cockpit, so to speak. I'll just start off with something I don't like. I'll just jump into that. I'm not a fan of the Speedo on this thing. The Speedo looks very boring compared to what KTM normally produces. Now, I understand that to make this thing price point oriented. You know, I didn't expect too much on it, but it's certainly a downgrade compared to what they usually put out. I'd rate it at the bottom compared to all the other ones I see. That's a -1 on the motorcycle to begin with. It does fall in line with the other brands. I think the Ninja 300 one looks a little more sophisticated. But overall, that's one thing that I do not like. Aside from that, this motorcycle is set up very nicely. The seating position on this thing is just tremendous. Coming in at 31.5 inches, it truly sits very nice and tall. For a taller guy, I'm 6'3", about 200 pounds. This motorcycle feels comfortable. It feels like a real motorcycle. I'm not knocking the Grom, but when I get on that thing with a 12-inch wheel and the wheelbase at where it's at, it doesn't feel like I'm on a motorcycle. And if I'm looking straight, this motorcycle feels and it acts like a motorcycle. If that makes sense, I hope it does. It's just the feel. It's kind of hard to express the feeling of the bike, but I'm not feeling like I'm on something small. I feel like I'm on something adequate and safe on the road here. This motorcycle's been out since 2012 in other countries, so these guys know what they're doing. They produced a motorcycle and they brought it over to the States, something that they've already had experience with, and I think it shows. You know, it doesn't seem like it's a new addition to their lineup. It seems like something that they've put some years into processing and thinking, so they're really starting to go after that small bike market, and KTM's doing a great job with it. It really catches a lot of eyes, so riding this bike feels good. Motorcycles stroke the ego. That's why we ride them. That's why we ride them fast. That's why we personalize them. You know, they are an extension of an individual. as we're going on this ride, if you guys want any extra feedback in certain areas of the next video, please always mention anything that you think I can do better. I'm going to constantly improve in this channel, and I'm only going to get better by giving my guests what they want and learning how to really provide the content that you guys are looking for. So the communication from you is vital. If you like what I'm putting out, please subscribe. Hit like on the video, as that gets the video out to other people. More Moto TV is going to bring you awesome content. I'm going to ride different KTMs, Yamahas. I'm going to ride different Indian motorcycles because we're all of those franchises. And then on top of that, we also have over 200 motorcycles in stock pre-owned. So we're going to ride all of those different brands as well. So we'll be providing this content. I really want to give you guys nice detailed quality content where I give you guys specifics on the highlights of these bikes. And I want to be thorough with what I'm doing, so I'm going to deliver you content that is prepared. It feels solid because you're on a lighter bike with this much horsepower. That's a really good combination. Now, the stated high mile per hour on this motorcycle is 80, which is significantly less than the CBR coming in at 98. You got less top speed, but at the end of the day, man, this motorcycle feels really comparable to a 300 for about 80% of the price. The Ninja 300, the CBR 300, respectfully, are all really, really solid. The MT-03, another small series CC that's really just hitting the market and capturing it. Yamaha's doing a really good job with their colors and coming out with hip stuff that's affordable. All those bikes are right in the low 5K price point, but that's exactly what they are. This bike is under $4,000. It's $39.99. Call it $4 grand if you would. For $4 grand, that's a steal. 200 cc's, you're getting 86 mile an hour, bigger rotor, 17-inch wheel. I mean, I covered it earlier, but you can really feel the value as you hop on it and ride it. So as I explain it, that's more of a feel of just what I'm getting out of this motorcycle, and it feels really good. I can also see what gear I'm in, which is nice. A gear indicator is always a +1. I'm in 6th gear on this thing, currently riding at 60 miles an hour, and I feel comfortable. The Grom, the Z125 are 4 speeds. Oh man, it feels good to wave to the bikers. The Grom and the Z125 are a 4-speed, and you know what? You can really feel that difference as you start getting into the higher miles an hour. I'm already past the Grom's top speed, which is I believe 56 miles an hour. I'm passing cars. Cars aren't passing me, and I'm not hiding or feeling like I'm getting moved over on by the wind and that type of thing. So once again, a sense of comfort. I feel like this motorcycle is agile, and I feel like it's I feel like it's a motorcycle. Man, so nimble. Let's test out the brakes. I'm going 30 to a hard stop here. Very nice. Brakes feel good. Very nice. It definitely is not head over heels, the word I'm looking for. Definitely hand over fist. Comparing it to the 300, because really I feel like that's its competition, is the 300. I don't feel like the 125 is even comparable. So if you're stuck between those two, unless you have a bunch of buddies that have the Groms and you want to fit in and have that aftermarket value, or you have just a lot of access to parts and companies that are really competitive with providing you quality parts for good prices on the Honda Grom, unless you're really into that field, I could see a guy getting into this KTM being a little bit different, still customizing this thing, because they customize, they stretch these things, they do all kinds of things to this motorcycle. I truly see this bike being like the best of both worlds kind of thing here. They hit a market, kind of like a niche market, right smack in the middle of the small engine market. You can ride with your 125 series buddies, you can go out on the Grom rides. You got no problem doing all of that. You can also keep up, maintain, and run to about 80 miles an hour with your buddies that have the 300s that do up to 100. Now, unless you're into top speed riding, you're going to be able to ride with your 300 friends, and you're going to be able to ride with your 125 friends. It's going to be a win-win if you have a 200, because you can do both. If you get a Grom, you're not going to be able to travel on the highway with the same comfort that you would this motorcycle, and you're not going to be riding with your 300 buddies or being anywhere close, because their top speed, like on the Ninja 300, is double what the Grom is. 112 on the Kawasaki Ninja 300, and on the Grom you got a 56 mile an hour top speed. So, phew, it's hot. Florida, it's about 90 degrees, man. So if you have anything, hit a like, because I'm out here sweating. Now we're going to ride some motorcycles. We're going here in this turn. I'm going at about 35 miles an hour, probably a little too fast for it, but here we go. Now I'm in 3rd gear, gonna drop it a second, pull it all the way back. We're at 40 miles an hour, getting ready to go on this highway here. I'm at 8,000, 9,000 RPM. Here we go, baby, approaching 11,000 RPM. This thing is amazing. Damn, this bike is good. I cannot believe it giddies up like this. I'm at 74 miles an hour, accelerating on here comfortably. I'm not blowing by cars at the moment. I don't think I will be at all, but I can tell you what, I already feel comfortable. I heard some other reviews. I saw other guys reviewing this thing and saying it feels a little bit like it's getting eaten up by the highway, which I don't blame them for saying that. It is a small unit, and this highway looks very big in front of me. And it's certainly not eating it up like any of my sport bikes, but I feel comfortable and I feel safe. I'm not going to be riding in front of that guy or passing him, but I do feel comfortable. And I'm going 75 miles an hour uphill at the moment, and a Florida hill, which is, not really even a hill. Let's push this thing here around this turn. We're going down the hill a little bit. Wow, I'm at 83, 84 miles an hour. Holy smokes, I'm gonna clutch down and see what I can get out of this thing. 85, 86, holy smokes, 86 miles an hour, folks. Jamaica, we have a bobsled team. You dead, man? Nope, we're alive and we're cruising. We're at 85 miles an hour and I'm approaching a hill. Let's see how this hill impacts it. So I'm full throttle 83, I'm holding uphill 82, 81, 82. All right, so this thing is strong. She'll maintain 80 on the highway if you need her to. Let's go down this hill. I think I'm gonna hit 86 again. 86, 87, 88 downhill. Holy, 89. Oh baby, 89 miles an hour going downhill with the wind behind my back. That felt great. Wow, that was impressive. Beautiful day. Beautiful weather. Beautiful motorcycle. Beautiful life. Man, we're just lucky. If you live in Florida, you live where people vacation. It is amazing. There's no income tax. The roads are amazing. People are old. You gotta watch out for those people. Nothing against them, but you do gotta watch out for the older people here. It's tough. But aside from that, man, it is absolutely amazing. I don't know if Rookie, you had that, man. Rookie, you're the bomb. Rookie, my camera guy, he's the bomb. That man's the bomb. He set me up. I don't even know how to work a GoPro. I'm learning. Man, so, aside from the Speedo, this bike has been pros every other direction. Let me think of some cons on this motorcycle. Let's talk about any other cons that I can feel so far into this test ride. So one other thing is the seat is a KTM seat. It's rough. It's not going to be the smoothest, softest seat that they have. KTMs aren't designed that way. They're race ready. They're motorcycles that are made to ride hard on the streets. Not the most comfortable seat in the world, but it's right in line with what KTM produces, so it's normal for KTM. But that would be certainly a con that I have in my mind for KTM, simply because the seat is not as comfortable. -1 there. The seating position is really, that's perfect. Yeah, aside from those things, everything is pretty much standard on this bike. I'm going to tell you exactly the kind of rider that I believe can buy this motorcycle comfortably. I think a guy that needs to do commuting to and from work and has a vehicle as a secondary tool, or even if he's got to stretch it and he uses this as a primary, I think that guy could travel to and from work, do some light highway driving, nothing super major, and he would be extremely comfortable having this as a weekend toy to go up and have some fun in the turns, or a toy to go out on the weekends and cruise around town comfortably on the highway or in city, simply because this thing has agility. It can hop on the highway and hit 89 miles an hour. I'm comfortable in the streets. It's more than enough for me in the street power wise. More people that ride in this community, just the better that it is, because it's a brotherhood. You don't buy an F-150 and wave to anyone else with F-150, but I don't care if you're on a KTM or you're on a Harley, unless you're a snob, you're waving and you're saying hi to anybody on a motorcycle. If you don't say hi to people on scooters, rethink it. Say hi to them. Some people started on scooters, and you get what you can get. But if you're on two wheels, I like to wave at them. I love to say hi. So this bike, let's go ahead and do some of this fun here. It feels really nimble. I can just throw this thing over, boom, boom, back and forth, real nice. Bada bing, bada boom. Feels good. We're gonna hit this turn here pretty hard and see what we got on this turn. I'm gonna hit this thing at about 40 miles an hour. Hang on, here we go. Let's go to 50. Let's get it in hard. It's 25, so we're going double speed. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Can I get a 45, 45, 45? All right, I have to slow to 35, seriously, because that guy's in front of me, and I do not want to taste that bumper. Oh, yeah, baby. Full acceleration. Push it to the limits.
Push it to the limits. Push it. Ooh, yeah.
I'm cutting in this thing at 74 miles an hour strong, baby, and it feels comfortable. This thing feels comfortable. That's just the word I'm going to have for this thing, because it feels comfortable. I feel like I'm on a motorcycle with a lot less acceleration, but nonetheless, I'm going 83 miles an hour rolling with traffic. Comfortable. That's going to be my word right there. Comfortable. It's a mild-mannered motorcycle that looks really captivating, and I think that's a really good description of this thing. I always drive in the tunnels. Coming in on the turn, here we go. Can I get a 155? I'm going 15, here we go. Going 37, can I get a 40? Can I get a 40? I'm going in the turn, can I get a 45? 45, can I get a 45? I got a 45, can I get a 50? 50, I got to look for 50, 50, 50, can I drop it in third gear, get the 45, 55, 55, here comes the truck, here we go. I'm going to run this thing, here we go. I'm going to run this thing hard, I'm going to run this thing hard. This red light, this thing is comfortable. Oh, it's so nimble, it's agile, guys. I broke the law, I'm like dank wheelie. I'm going to respect this KTM because someone is going to buy this motorcycle, so I will not do a wheelie in a motorcycle that I am going to sell to someone out of respect as the owner, because I could wheelie this thing, I could redline it, I could do whatever I wanted to this thing, but I'm just going to tell you that every bike I ride, I will ride with respect because I love my inventory. If you want to watch a more aggressive ride, you're going to want to catch Mr. Dank Wheelie. Dank Wheelie performs aggressive test rides on some of our inventory, and he does it respectfully, well in the confines of what these bikes were designed to do. But if you want to watch that, you can go there. For us, we're going to give you detail on the bike, specs on the bike. I'm going to push this thing and kind of understand what it has. I will give it some limit pushing, but I'm not going to do the wheeling and the as aggressive riding as Dank. Man, that guy has some skill, and he just knows what he's doing. He can hop on just about anything and do it. So shout out to Dank, being a great friend, just an awesome guy. If you guys haven't heard of him, which you probably have, check out his channel. All right, let's see. Oh, that's pretty good acceleration. This thing was great. It's been great. Motorcycle is beautiful. Accelerates great, brakes great. 3.5 gallon tank, that's pretty nice. I know it gets about 70 miles a gallon. We're approaching rush hour time here. I get to test ride this thing in some stop and go. I had some open city roads earlier. The bike felt really great. Felt a hair undersized on the highway, but it got the job done, and that's why I recommended it for mild travel on the highway. And then here in traffic, it certainly feels nimble. Can I go in a bike lane here? Does that mean that I'm breaking the law here, guys? I'm fucking reckless. I'm reckless here. I'm breaking the law, guys. Like, and this guy doesn't want it. This Malibu, he don't want it. Boom, up, up, up. All right, guys, that was totally illegal, and I hope that we put that on video so you see how reckless I was. But it was hot, and I needed a little bit of air there, man. Whew, it's hot. I hope he doesn't get mad at me, man. Some guys get mad at you when you come in first, and they come in second, but that's life. Este programa is brought to you by Huggies, el número uno pamper del mundo. Huggies. I want to thank our sponsor, Huggies. I am just kidding. That is a complete fabrication. It'd be an amazing track motorcycle, because size is not really what it's about on the track. It's really about keeping consistent speed. One other highlight about this motorcycle for beginners is the fact that KTM did such a great job designing this bike to look very much so like the 390, the 690, 790, 890, and the 1290. You're standing from 50 feet back and you had a 390 and this 200 side by side. You know, you're not really going to be able to tell the difference until you start approaching them. If you're a guy that's looking to be budget minded and still get something that looks very much like a high-end KTM, and they gave you every bit of look and feel to the 390. Now, they did it more cost efficiently, which you know, you can tell in the Speedo and some of the other areas, but for what you're paying, it should be expected. It's going to be a mild commuter. It's going to be great in the cities, awesome for traffic, great for miles per gallon, comfortable, safe ride. People will see you better as you're traveling because it's a bigger bike than the Grom. You're not going to be able to hit the top speeds like the 300s, but you're going to have an extra $1,000 plus in your pocket. Really good beginner bike. Overall, I think it's a great bike. It has a really good pre-owned market, and what I mean by that is go look up what these things are selling for used. There's guys asking more for this bike than we sell it for new. And you're lucky to find it in stock at the dealerships right now. So guys are asking for more money for this thing used, which is not uncommon for the market right now. For $39.99 brand new, man. Yeah, there goes some Groms. They're having some fun. I'll be pulling on them from that light though. It just delivers so much, and I think they did a good job at finding an area where they're giving you a lot for your money, more than a lot of the other brands. They're giving you 90% of, you know, what the 300s give you for 80% of the price. So it just seems efficient. Harley Davidson, check out those bikes. Sorry if you own one. Just kidding. I love all motorcycles, all brands. We're just up the street from Harley. And we'll go to Morimoto that has the faster Indian motorcycles that are more efficient with better braking, better seat, and better technology. But you know what? That's nothing to be had here, because these things are comfortable. This thing was just great. I just got to feel good about the KTM, got to feel good about where the brand is going. This thing, KTM did it right with this thing, and I really can't say enough. This was just an honest review of this motorcycle. It's been fun to ride, and I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I want to thank you guys for being a part of this channel. Again, if you guys want to follow an entrepreneur that just loves motorcycles and loves the industry, hit like, hit subscribe, share this video. We're going to grow this channel for you guys, the viewer, so please comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what we can do to make the videos better. Let me know what kind of bikes you want us to test ride, and the more that you guys get talking about it in the comments, the more likely that we are to ride it. Until then, guys, we'll be talking soon. Ride safe, stay positive, go make someone's day. We'll talk here soon. See you guys.